one is on at Bluffton University. In 2024, just a couple of years, they're going to be celebrating their 125th. And joining us today to tell us about this oral history project that they've got going because of that anniversary, we have the Advancement Associate for Grants and Alumni Donor Relations at Bluffton University, Samantha Shrider. And thanks for coming today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, so 125, that is something special. And
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of things that are going to happen, but you're focusing on this oral history. So tell us a little background about this, what you're looking for.
Yeah, so this project is actually partially funded by the Council of Independent Colleges through a grant. And so the purpose of this is to essentially gather all of the wisdom and experiences of our alumni. We have over 15,000 living alumni.
Wow.
And so to gather as much of their wisdom as possible and collect it into two spaces. First of all of our interviews will be recorded in our Bluffton University memory, which is essentially our digital archive.
Okay.
And then all of our conversations will be printed into a tabletop book that Bluffton will use as part of the next strategic plan beginning in 2025, I believe.
All right. So we were talking earlier, I mean, the history of the college, it started out as a Mennonite college, right?
Yep.
And then graduated on to what it is today.
Yes.
So I assume so far you've just started collecting this, that you've heard a lot of different things, a lot of different aspects. What have you heard that you found is interesting about the university?
Well, what's really interesting is the commonalities, but also the diversity of our alumni. You know, I've talked with people who have lived all over the country and who have lived the majority of their lives locally, but also, you know, have very wide-ranging experiences. You know, some of our alumni have experienced cross-culturals, some of them have not, and a lot of them have had a really wide diversity of just fun stories to tell. And what's really fun about this project is that I immediately have something to relate to with each person that I talk to. You know, we're all alumni of Bluffton University. I graduated in 2012, but it's really interesting to see the sort of the through lines that are the same even between multiple generations.
I was going to say, even someone from way back, you can relate to something, huh?
Right, yeah. So I spent all 4 of my years at Bluffton living in ROP Edition specifically. And I've talked with alumni who've also spent all 4 of their years in ROP. And, you know, we can sort of converse about, oh, yes, I love this part of ROP. And, you know, the community of girls was so great. And, you know, all of these sorts of things.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Okay, so how many have you talked to so far?
So far, I'm around 45 that I've completed. I've scheduled a couple more in the coming weeks.
But the goal is a lofty one, 125, right?
Yes. We're hoping for 125 in time for 2024.
All right, very good. And so do you need help? Like if someone's out there and they're like, oh, I'm a Bluffton grad, should they get in contact with you? Or do you know that, you know, you need some athletes, you need this or that? I mean, do you know specifics that you need still?
There aren't really any specifics that I'm really looking for. Really anyone who's willing to tell me their story, I'm more than happy to listen. Any age range, any graduation year, whoever wants to tell me their story, I'm more than willing.
An oral history, like, you know, to me in the media, this sounds really exciting. When you were given this assignment, so to speak, were you kind of pumped about it to like be able to do this and help out with this anniversary?
Oh yes, I was ecstatic, to put it lightly. I graduated from Bluffton with a degree in history, and part of that was my cross-cultural to DC. And on my cross-cultural to DC, I actually had an oral history internship with the National Park Service.
Oh, so you know what it's like.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
What a great story, Samantha. So much more we could learn from you, but we're out of time. So thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me.
All right, don't go away. Your edition continues in a moment.
At Menards, keep your furry friends happy, healthy, and safe with innovative products from